Hello guys, it's Lassica. So we are on the way to Offset in a new location. This time it's Deira. So it's really difficult to find parking around here, so I parked the car like 5 minutes away as recommended by the organizers. What is Offset? Offset is a custom car show where they bring like the best custom cars, but the theme is more of clean builds, no overly done or ostentatious graphics, just nice, low to the ground, slammed with tasteful amounts of camber, that sort of thing. And from what I saw last year, they also have a bit of a hip-hop vibe, so they would have DJing, b-boying, you know, all the four pillars: DJing, MCing, b-boying, and graffiti. But actually I don't remember seeing an MC there, but there's definitely b-boying. So we're on the way, we're just crossing the bridge. Interestingly, it's pretty empty, but we're on the way to the event and I will see you when we're there. Now last year the vibe was more underground and hip-hop. Let's just say it had more of a street culture vibe because it was held in a parking garage. Here it's held at the Jewel of the Creek by Marriott, so it's got more of an upper class, upmarket vibe. I'm cool with it. Staying with the upmarket vibe, here is a car that is eternally classy. The 190E W201, eternally classy. This one is a 2.6 liter, straight 6, with some nice BBS RS deep dish rims, my guy. And this is a resto mod by locally famous resto modding garage, Slick Custom Auto. They're mostly known for doing BMWs and Porsches, but the owner decided why not just do a Mercedes instead, and here we are. Here we have a beautiful pattern on the fabric seats. Is just something unique I've never seen before. This lovely sort of chessboard pattern we got over here. Absolutely brilliant. And of course the Nardi steering wheel. Gotta love that wood rimmed Nardi steering wheel. Absolute class. We have this S-Class Coupe. I'm not sure what it is because it's debadged, but my guess would be an S63 or S65 AMG. It's got the ST22 forged rims in 21 inches in the front, 21 inches in the back, rolling on dubs. We have this sick S15 Spec R Silvia with equipped wheels and endless calipers right there. And man, just dig that retro Kenwood system in there, man. Retro Kenwood CD player, healthy camber, tastefully modded, nice Canon exhaust. Oh man, this is just I wouldn't be surprised if I went to Japan and went to Tokyo and just saw this rolling down the street. It's really tastefully modded right here. And of course this Audi RS7 here. Gotta love a nice RS7. Look at that rear wing, the active aero just up in the air like that. Next we have this Mark 7 Golf R with a South African number plate. Yeah, not sure if that's a legit number plate or if it's a custom made for the car. 6R Mark 6 Golf R. Looks beautiful. Just check out those rotiform wheels. Subtle mods but tasteful mods. But oh man, this Mark 5 GTI with what look like Porsche rims with the Mercedes badge on it. Inspired choice, man. Digging it. It's even a 3-door model. Check this out. Pretty sick. Also with the South African number plate. Beautiful. Here we have an SRT Charger, of course. No power, no car, am I right? Take a look at that nice fender tuck going on over here. And look at the way those fenders are rolled, man. It's pretty wide. So yeah, so far pure class at this event. Right here, I don't know if you can, 1 minute. Right here we have an E46 Touring, which is a common resto mod done by Slick Custom Auto. In fact, if you see any E46 Tourings for sale in the UAE, 9 times out of 10 it's probably done by Slick Custom Auto. Beautifully done, nice little touches like the dual pipes, the BMW Style 7 BBS rims converted to 3-piece. If I were to guess, it's a 330i, but it's only a guess because there's no indication by the badge what engine size it could be. Man, pure class, absolute class. So we got a lovely Mark 7 Golf R over here. Sick 370Z, really nice looking one. So I came across this E21 over here. Looks really beautiful, and I spoke to the owner. He was a lovely person. So I managed to speak to the owner of this E21, and he's such a lovely guy. Here he is right now. What's your name, sir?
My name is Bassam.
Bassam.
Yeah.
And he told me he was the brand ambassador for K7 Forged wheels, as you can see here. So please tell me more about this car.
So this car is 1982. This is 1982 E21 BMW. It was my dream car since I was 2 years old. Yeah, I just bought it like 6 or 5 months ago. It was having nothing, normally stock. We did a big restoration in Jordan for the underneath of the car. Complete restoration. We put also air suspension on the car. Yeah, and we cleaned the engine part. We did some modification here, but it is having a stock engine, stock gear. Yeah, it's a stock car.
Like, that means it's like street legal in Jordan, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And, so like you told me earlier, the seats are from
Exactly. E30 engine, gear shift is E30.
gear shift,
Yeah.
and the seats are also E30.
Yeah. I want to show you something amazing for this car.
For sure, please do.
What we did here is we have designed these wheels. We make it with deep dish, 3 pieces from K7 Forged, our brand, and we did the left side design different than the right side design. Come and show you.
For sure, let's go see it.
So this is the right side design. Yeah, we make it more classic. The other one is more sporty. So the idea is you never see your car from both sides at the same time. So it's like buy-build, or we call it like buy-build style. So we encourage people to come and visit us in K7 Ford and have the same rims and same idea of having 2 different sides from both ends of the car. In this case, you will not feel bored and you will feel like you have 2 cars. Yeah? Yeah, exactly.
Hey, it was wonderful, wonderful talking to you.
Thank you very much.
Here's the Instagram. Here is the Instagram in case you guys are interested in following. It's BMW E21 Zara. So here we have an FD-RX-7 in this beautiful black with Anki RS. Not sure, I can't read the model name, but they're Anki's alright, and beautiful Anki rims. Lovely rear wing. And of course, here we have a pair of Mark II / chasers. I think one is a JZX 100 chaser over there, beautifully done. And look at that, just look at these. As an E39 guy, well, I own an E39, I think these are just amazing. These could have taken on the M5 back in the day, only if they were sold outside of Japan. And here we have a car I lusted after since I was in high school, the Honda Integra DC5, otherwise known in North America as the Acura RSX. This one has some lovely spoon brakes and Advan Racing rims. Absolute beauty. Absolute beauty. And of course, next to the DC5 Integra, we have the EP3 Type R. An amazing car, a Japanese legend. Well, this is a pretty underrated Type R. And a fun fact about this generation of Type R, the EP3 onwards was built in the UK at their manufacturing plant in Swindon. And before you're questioning why a Japanese legend would be built in the UK, let's be real. The Brits know a thing or two about building sports cars and motorsports in general. Oh my god, is that a Supra? Oh my god, is that a Supra? Yeah, two Supras, A90 Supras. The one that Toyota brought back to much hate, funnily enough. You'd think the car enthusiast community would have a lot of fanfare for this, but I guess people were mad that Toyota decided to put the B58 from the BMW in these instead of, you know, a Toyota straight six. But come on, at least they brought back the Supra, right? Well, there was an EK9 Type R over there, which unfortunately I can't cover because people seem to be enthralled by the huge fan that they installed right underneath the car. I admit it does look fun. Yeah, the crowds are really starting to heat up now, but here we have two E36s. An E36 Coupe and an E36/5 Compact. Look at this, man. Porsche 964 with RWB kit. Hooligan sticker as well. Looks like, almost looks like they yanked one right out of the Idlers race and plonked it down here at Offset. It's unbelievable. Driving gloves on the dash, man. This guy's a purist, dude. Proper gentleman driver. And over there we have a midnight purple R34. I'm not sure if it's GTR because there's a GT badge. But here we have like a metric ton of Skylines of various specs, trims, and generations. I've yet to see an R30 or an R31 here though. And we've reached the section of classic American metal. Check out that 53 Eldorado over there. GMC pickup. But man, what catches my eye is that 1959 El Camino over there. Candy apple green and white. Amazing color combo. And man, you gotta appreciate the artistry on display here. Just look at the beautiful way they arrange these air compressor lines, man. It's freaking sick. Man, check out this rad rod over here. Amazing. If I'm not mistaken, it's based off of a 1932 Ford five-window coupe with a chop top. Yep, it's a Ford, all right. Amazing. Just, it's not a style that's very common in the UAE, which is why cars like these stand out. Just the bare bones minimalism. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot, so I'm forgetting how to speak. It's just the bare bones minimalism of these cars that just makes them so special. And here we come across what has to be one of my all-time favorite car subcultures, the lowrider. This right here is a Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham. But what really caught my eye was this beautiful, was it embossed, engraved leaf pattern on the grille over here. The little gold leaf trim. And the OG wire rims. This guy went all out. Check out the velour roof. But my favorite part, the spare tire cover, man. The spare tire cover. I remember always speccing this on my 1979 Monte Carlo in Midnight Club 3. And the 64 Impala as well. There's just something about the spare tire cover that just gets me, man. Gets to me. I love it. I just love these. And one more thing I wanted to point out. If you hadn't noticed, this car has KSA plates, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. What most of the West doesn't know is that there is a burgeoning, flourishing hip-hop culture in Saudi Arabia, of all places. I know it's the last place you'd expect, but Saudi Arabia actually has a really big hip-hop scene, encompassing all four pillars of hip-hop: b-boying, MCing, DJing, and graffiti. And lowriders are part of hip-hop culture, and Saudi Arabia has embraced that. Just a little factoid that you probably didn't know. Yeah, so since the crowds are starting to heat up, I'm gonna be rushing a bit through these, but here we have a beautiful silver clown shoe. Yeah, this is such a huge event, and there's so little time. So I'm like unable to cover all the cars, but if I do spot something I find interesting, you'll definitely see it here. Jeez, what is this? Freaking Devil Z over here. Tandem body kit. Turbocharge, hood exit. Absolute craziness right here, man. Sick. Look at this absolute mint Bipu Lexus over here. LS400, otherwise known as the Toyota Celsior in Japan. Look at those rims, man. Yeah, well, it's getting pretty crowded here, but at least we get to admire this beautiful clown shoe Z3M in Hellrot, it seems. So here we have an F80 M3 with the 50th anniversary badge over here. An Evolution 9, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Just trying to wrap this up quickly because I'm running out of battery. And we got a Hachiroku, looks like 11. Looks like an SR20 swap.
That's my sister.
Woo-wee. Check this out. Frickin' New Edge Mustang with the Cobra R wing. That is clean. Oh my goodness. Millwood calipers as well. And here we have yet another slick E46 wagon, E46 Touring, with M cars this time. I believe this is a 330i Touring, custom modded by Slick Custom Auto. And look at that beaut over there, a proper gem. Gen 1 RX-7. Where the legend began. Man, just take a look at this E38. I'm not sure if it's an individual or
a big hand of applause to our third judge.
I'm not sure if it's an individual or what.
Thank you for coming and saving the day, Doris.
But it's got a yellow interior.
All right, I'll call up the 8.
This is also a Slick Custom Auto creation.
Can have Shadow.
But man, amazing.
Shadow, just right here.
So yeah, if you couldn't already tell, we're leaving, but some of the cars that showed up here were just next level. Like, you're not gonna see custom cars like this driving every day in Dubai, man. And it's like cars that just came from all over the Middle East to this one event.
Yes. Billy. Fucking Gordon. Congratulations, Fucking Gordon. Right after the lessons. CZ. Yes. Fucking Gordon, where you at?
So there you guys have it, Offset 2025. Some next level top tier cars, man. We're just some top tier next level cars were displayed at this event. I was really happy. I was just like, there were so many cool cars, I couldn't cover them all. It's already nightfall, and I don't think I covered half of the cars over here. I guess I gotta get better at event coverage. This is my first time like legitimately covering an event from start to finish. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to see more content related to cars. Not sure when I'll post, but we'll definitely post. Yeah, so I'm outside the hotel. Yeah, the Jewel of the Creek is a hotel. It's a Hilton / Marriott hotel. So yeah, while Offset 2025 did not have the underground garage feel that last year's event had, I've already filmed it, just a filmography practice. I'll link it in the description if you want to go see it after this video. However, even though the grungy urban underground parking garage aesthetic, like, you know, those top secret Tokyo meets, that vibe wasn't there, it was still a pretty good event overall. I was really satisfied, and it was well worth the ticket price. Excelente.